It's time for 4K for you on Midnight's Edge After Dark. I am Tom Connors. With me is my partners in crime, Valliant Renegade. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good. Good to be back live at 5 on a Wednesday talking about 4K.
That is correct. We also have with us Greg from FanZcene. How are you doing?
Doing good. Glad to be here with you twos.
Awesome sauce. And for those who may not have met Greg yet, that's right. Greg has his own channel called FanZcene, where he talks a lot about physical media. I do a show with him on Wednesday evenings where we talk about what we've watched or acquired during the week when it comes to physical media. But he's here to help us with the up-and-coming news and rumors and help us figure some things out sometimes when we can't always answer them. And it's nice to have another person to toss the ball to sometimes. But yes, we're glad to have you to be part of the team, Greg, and welcome. So yeah, and Valliant, who's been kicking ass over there on your channel, we've kind of just had a hell of a win here for everybody who's been predicting the Chapek situation, but you specifically, Valliant, who has been doing a lot of reporting with WDW Pro, so congratulations on that. I guess you could call it a win yesterday.
I mean, yeah. Look, I'll take it as a win. You know, if I'm saying that kind of tongue in cheek.
I'm sharing the glory with you, so you know.
Well, you should be. I mean, look, I kind of say that jokingly, and as I said in the intro to the video, I'm like, look, all I do is look at the business metrics and what the numbers suggest. And I even stated in there, which made some people go cross-eyed, which is why I had to explain it. I said, the same kind of application that I apply to putting business metrics to where I thought Kathleen Kennedy would be let go is the same business metrics that said that Chapek will definitely be renewed. You know, and I was right about one and wrong about the other, but I don't think it was the business metrics. I think it was the Hollywood politics played a huge role in one part, or at least something that was unforeseen, like a contract clause or something like that. But that being said,
well, it can still be said that she may have been defanged a bit, though, because now not just us are reporting, but we've even seen it in the public trades where they've said that Favreau and Filoni now have a lot more control over things. But
indeed, yeah,
that's not what this show's about. This show
it is not
is about all things when it comes to 4K and Blu-ray in the world, and we've got some updates for you when it comes to Child's Play. We now know what the features will be, so we're going to get into that. We have we finally have a date for the biggest film of the year, isn't that right, Greg?
Yes, sir, we do, and that will be. I had it in my notes here.
You're fired.
August 23rd.
Yes, August 23rd. You get to bring
Blu-ray,
home
DVD and 4K.
Top Gun.
Yes.
That's right.
I know, Valliant, you were a big fan of that film when it came out, so I'm sure you're going to be picking it up. I already pre-ordered mine, but yeah.
Yep. Oh, I pre-ordered it like as soon as they had the link available on Amazon. I pre-ordered Event Horizon 4K, which I think we got some new pictures of that steelbook recently, and I pre-ordered that like May 15th, whatever the day that went live. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, and that makes a lot of sense. Tom Cruise has a lot, like he really has. He's like the James Cameron of this movie when it comes to they have to go to him to get authority to do whatever they're going to do. And that's from Matt Belloni over at Puck. Former editor of the Hollywood Reporter. His Hollywood contacts are basically impeccable, and he's been reporting on that. A lot of the power over when Top Gun Maverick goes A, to physical media, B, goes to streaming, and that could be Paramount Plus or whatever. It's really in his power. This movie,
I believe there's already a deal in place. I think with either Netflix or somebody like that, because this movie technically predates Paramount Plus.
It does. And here's the thing: is that initially when this movie dropped, Tom Cruise slated this to a 120-day theatrical window exclusive.
Right.
Now, that may have been Paramount obviously got him to push up to 90 days, maybe to get the physical media out.
Because that was going to be my next question. Do you guys see us getting the digital version in the beginning of August then, or no?
I think we could, but the only digital version, like you're not going to turn on Paramount Plus and get it for free. It's going to be PVOD.
No. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like on Vudu or Amazon when you actually buy it.
Yeah, it'll be a rental. It'll be PVOD or something like that you'll be able to take on iTunes or something. But there's going to be a fee. It's not going to drop for free on a Netflix or Paramount.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah, and that's what I was saying before. I think they already had a preset deal with like either Netflix or something like that for the video window or whatever, and then it'll eventually settle on Paramount Plus, I believe. But
they may have. I don't remember seeing Netflix mentioned.
I don't know if it was Netflix or something, but maybe it will be Paramount Plus. But
I'll have to go back. I got to pull up the article from Puck. Baloney went all into it. Yeah.
Have you seen the movie yet, Greg?
No, I have not seen the movie yet. So, but I'm excited too. And like I said, I've pre-ordered mine. So I love the first one. I thought it was great. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing the second one.
No, I haven't seen it yet either myself, as I said. But yeah, I mean, can't wait to see it. And a lot of people have been curious when it was going to hit video. So now we know. August 23rd, you said, right?
Yes, August 23rd.
All right. Well, while we're at it here, what other bit of news do we have?
Do you want to go Blu-rays? Blu-rays first or 4Ks?
Sure. Throw out some Blu-rays there. And I even know that Bill Hunt had kind of confirmed some semi-rumors that we had been talking about recently, too. So I don't know if you had those as well. But yeah, let's hit us with the Blu-rays. What do you got?
Well, here's some Blu-rays for you guys. If you're into the David Cronenberg stuff, Crimes of the Future is coming out August 9th. That's coming. Kino Lorber is releasing on September 13th The Extreme Adventures of Super Dave from 2000.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I always liked Super Dave. I thought he was funny. With the new commentary, it looks like this is like the big special.
Whose brother was he? He's got a famous actor brother.
I know. I can't remember.
I can't
myself,
say because they have a totally different name.
Yeah,
I know. I'm trying to remember now too. Somebody in the chat will remember if Valiant don't. You remember Albert Brooks? That's right. Thank you, Doba Fett.
There you go.
Yeah. He's brothers with Albert Brooks.
Them guys look nothing alike.
I know, they look nothing alike either. And you'd never know it if somebody didn't tell you, but they're both hilarious men. But yes, Super Dave is somebody who I wish they'd release a series. Do you remember Showtime had a series?
Yes, I remember watching that.
That shit was great. Oh,
his little Ito, was his name Ito, his little sidekick?
I think so. I remember the sidekick. I can't remember
his name, but it was hilarious. I guess this is a rumor, but it looks to be true. No release date on it though. Leslie Nielsen and Linda Blair Repossessed.
Yes, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was that was an official announcement, but they don't have a date yet.
No date yet. The director said last week he did an interview and a director's commentary for the Blu-ray release, and this is rumored to be Vestron. So
that's crazy. I was just thinking about that movie not 2 or 3 days ago.
We were just talking about it not too long ago too. I think if it wasn't with you, it was with somebody else.
Yeah, I don't think it was me, but I was just thinking about that because Jason Blum was doing a podcast interview with Matt Baloney, and they were talking about his deal with The Exorcist, making some new.
Are you sure that, or I had a very similar conversation with somebody else, dude?
Maybe. I mean, it's not ringing a bell, but it made me think about Repossessed. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't watched that in ages.
Well, because that's what I said. Is like, why the fuck didn't they get Linda Blair? Because she said she wasn't even asked.
We were talking that last week.
I know you and I were too, but I remember somebody else had said that, or was it you that said you saw the interview?
But I didn't remember talking about Repossessed. Maybe.
Yeah.
I have so many different conversations. Sometimes they clutter together.
I hear you.
I'm looking forward to that one. I love that movie. It's hilarious. So, I think that's it for basically Blu-rays.
Right.
So, well, this one I'm not sure if it's going to be a 4K or Blu-ray, but Nicolas Cage and Dennis Hopper in Red Rock West.
I think that's only going to be a Blu-ray, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be a Bluray. It's already getting a UK release, but per Diabolic DVD and Some other people are saying that a respected label in the U.S. will be releasing it soon after the U.K. release under their label. So if you're interested in that, now we'll move on to 4K. This is Blue Hawaii. Elvis is getting a 4K Ultra.
Considering what's in theaters right now, that seems to make a lot of sense.
Exactly.
Yes.
HDR10 Dolby Vision upgrade. June 21st, possibly. From Paramount Presents is what it's come from, according to movie critic Danielle.
Well, see, because now if we remember from the Kino Lorber announcement that one of the things that was not going to be involved in their releases was going to be the Elvis movies, because we was like, yeah, Paramount will do them themselves. Because I think he made movies with Paramount, Warner. Did he do some with Fox too?
I'm not sure.
I think there's a
Fox
Fox collection too. Because I think the one that Fox he did I think he did like Jailhouse Rock and a couple of the older ones at Fox. But he's got them spread all over the place. Yeah.
But yeah, that's I guess you could probably say that's confirmed, but it's still rumor at the moment. So
I wouldn't be surprised if we see most of Elvis's films re-released on at least Blu-ray or some in 4K within this next year with the whole Elvis movie and everything.
True.
That wouldn't be surprising.
You fans of...
I was just going to say, and it opened pretty well, so yeah.
Yeah. I like Blue Hawaii. It's not a bad one.
My favorite one was either Jailhouse Rock or... Is it Clam Bake I'm thinking of, or a different one? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I like Giles. I also like the one where he played twins. Or cousins or twins or whatever. That was a good one. But are you guys fans of Roy Schneider and Margaret? The Outside Man is getting a 4K 2023 release from Kino Lorber with the new restoration. So there's that.
I'm not too familiar with that one. I know who Anne is, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean Roy Schneider. Yeah, I mean, but I mean, I don't remember the movie.
Yeah,
I don't remember it either, but it was, it came up. So, and I liked Roy Schneider, Jaws, and all that. So I figured, so we'll move on to, we got official dates, U.S. release dates for The Lost Boys and Poltergeist on 4K.
These are the ones I was talking about that Bill kind of confirmed. So coming from Bill Hunt, this is probably a good chance these are coming. We kind of figured this.
September 20th looks like Lost Boys and Poltergeist will both be released here in the U.S. on 4K.
Yeah, I got the article up right here. Actually, that's the one I was reading while y'all were going through this, and I can't wait to see that. I'd love.
And he also confirmed Christmas Vacation and Christmas Story 2 as well, didn't he? In that,
yes, I believe so.
I think those are November, right?
Yeah, I believe those will come out in November. I can't remember the dates on those, but yes, you're right. You're right on that.
And I think we pretty much predicted that as well.
Yeah, and then also the Monty Python's movies here.
Yeah, we got one confirmed anyway.
Yeah,
so
The Meaning of Life was confirmed for 4K on September 13th.
Mm-hmm.
So that answers whether or not we're getting a box set anyway, and the answer is no.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So it looks like there'll be singular releases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they're going down. They're going to do Meaning of Life, then maybe Life of Brian, and then they're going to come out, pull out the big guns with.
Well, here's the thing. Meaning of Life is by Universal. Mm-hmm. Life of Brian is actually independent.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who owns the U.S. distribution on that one right now. I think it's Fox. And then Meaning of Life is under Sony. And I think I said this to you, Greg. I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts that that's one of the movies that winds up in the next 4K Sony box set.
Yeah, I bet it does. I would say you much like something else you can go on.
Yeah, because I figured that one's going to be one, and probably there's a couple other ones I said, and I know I can't think of the rest of them, but I know another one was the Jack Nicholson one, As Good as It Gets. I bet you that's another one that gets thrown in there.
Yep.
But we'll see here. And there was another one I did predict because I just spent a shitload of money on importing it.
No release date yet, but it looks like The Warriors will be coming to 4K.
And I'm assuming that's Kino via Paramount, right?
Yeah, I would assume so too. There's not much details on it other than it's looking like that's more than likely what's happening here with The Warriors.
Does Sony have Life of Brian in the U.S. as well? Because I know that's been released by.
I've got to go get my copy of the.
So many different.
Do I have it on?
I think
Blu-ray?
I got the Criterion was the last one who released it, if I remember right.
Whatever the last one, I have to go pull it and see who it was.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get at least the Holy Grail in that box set, because
Mm-hmm.
we have been heard that all 3 of the films have been remastered though. So
Yeah, so I would figure they're
Right.
saving the Holy Grail for something special since it's the most popular one.
yeah, and they tend to try and do a good mix in the Sony box sets. I don't know what you'd call them, the Prestige collections or whatever they've been doing. They got 2 of them now. They're mostly Oscar winners, but they do try to mix in like a comedy or 2 and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised. And Life of Brian is one of those movies that I could see winding up in there. Or I mean, not Life of Brian, Holy Grail.
Yeah, Holy Grail. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, let me. Do y'all know if this new edition of Bram Stoker's Dracula, because it's another one of these Coppola library films.
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah,
Yes, I was about to bring it up.
Okay, that's why I kind of figured we were going, because it was like the 800-pound gorilla in the room that we hadn't talked about yet. But this is going to be a new remastered edition, is it not?
Unlike the Sony's previous releases of Spider-Man, again, from my understanding, because I did not pick them up again. So, but much like Ghostbusters, yes.
Yeah.
Bram Stoker's Dracula is getting a new Halloween release this year. October 4th, I believe, is the date.
Yep.
Yes,
October 4th.
And it will be in a new steelbook, and it has what looks like the original poster art on the steelbook.
Yep.
And it will include not a new scan, but it is a new Dolby Vision remaster, and even new special features.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they are making it worth the double dip, because I actually have the other older disc, but I got it for like $15. So for this, for me to, as long as they add something new to it, it's worth it.
I do know 2 of the new special features.
Yeah, go ahead, because I think there's 3 altogether, but yeah.
I've only found the 2. I didn't see the third one, but Love Song for a Vampire music video by Annie Lennox, and Bloodlines, Dracula, the Man, the Myth, the movies featurette. And then I'm pretty sure, I can't remember the other one, but there's other stuff that they're.
I think maybe I was counting the Dolby Vision upgrade as well.
Yeah, you might have. And then it's got Dolby Atmos.
Does it say the Dolby Atmos is a new? Because I can't remember now if Dolby Atmos is on the other release or not.
Well, this is it's a Dolby True HD 5.1.
Or maybe that's maybe they never did a Dolby Atmos for this one.
I don't think they did the Atmos processing in terms of adding the intelligent extra channels. I think they just either they're using. I have to go back and look. Either they're using the same sound master.
Oh, Boba Fett said no, it did, because I was gonna say Sony was really good at releasing most of them in the Atmos.
Okay, well then maybe the information that's being published as of this moment is not.
I'd have to look too, but yeah.
Well, I'm looking. Okay, on Digital Bits it says no, but looking over here on the Steelbook on Blu-ray.com, they do have Dolby Atmos True HD. Yeah. So there you go. Look, I think that the Dolby Vision and the HDR10 upgrades are worth them alone, especially for a movie like this that is the color palette in this film was so rich. And there are so much dark areas, shadows, shadow detail, elements that look, the one I have now looks pretty darn good, but I'll tell you what, I know exactly the scenes in my head that I'm going to put side by side and look, because there's probably going to be a lot more color and shadow detail pop on this new version than what's in the old one, and those are the scenes, those dark scenes, those shadow scenes. That's where you'd need it for, especially for a movie like this. So I already pre-ordered it. So
yeah, I pre-ordered it again too, but.
I need to pre-order it. I do need to pre-order it because I'm looking forward to getting that one myself. That's a movie that's grew on me over time, because I didn't I was one of the people when I first watched it was like, I don't know if I like this. But then the more I watched it and stuff, I was like, yeah, this is really good.
Did I tell you guys my story about that?
That was the first R-rated movie I ever saw that my dad took me to.
Nice.
I don't think it was you then that I told this story. I think it was Greg.
Yeah, I think you told me.
But when I went to see Bram Stoker's Dracula the first time, if you remember the trailers for that, they made it look like it was going to be this badass heavy metal, we're getting a dark, horror, gruesome Dracula, because it kept showing Dracula with the old one where he's licking the blood off the blade, and it showed the Bat Dracula hanging from the ceiling, and I can't even remember the tagline, but it was like "Love is murder" or some shit like that. I can't remember. They were hamming it the fuck up. So me and my cousin at the time, we loved horror movies, and we're like, we're gonna go see this. So we happened to be, we happened to be together when the weekend had come out, and my cousin, he's actually my second cousin. My cousin's older. It's an older cousin, so it'd be his kid. I was closer to age with his kid, so it makes more sense. So so he took us to the theater, And he dropped us off, and knowing it's R-rated, he had to take us in. He's like, yeah, I need 2 tickets for Dracula. And the ticket manager took one look at us and looked back at him, and he goes, are you sure you want to let these kids go see Dracula? He's like, yeah, we know it's R-rated. These kids see shit all the time. They just watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre earlier today. Like, so these kids ain't, you know, and at first, and then the ticket master's like, oh, no, it's not that. It's just... It's not what a lot of people are expecting it to be, they said. And we're like, he's like, oh no, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Trust me. And we're like, all right.
Oh,
15 minutes in, 15 minutes in, we're just like, this is fucking boring.
I remember like the stories they were putting out there, like, oh my God, it was so bad. You know, people were getting up and like getting sick in the aisles because it was so gory. I mean, they put out everything out there to make people, and look, I enjoyed it. I didn't care if it was gory or not.
I do now. It's actually my favorite adaptation outside the original from the 30s. But
yeah. I enjoyed it. I wasn't all full up to date on the story of Dracula when the first time I watched it, and then after I actually read the novel in school and everything, I went back and rewatched it and everything. I found a new appreciation for it, and I mean, Gary Oldman. So
yeah, that's what I love about it is that, you know, Francis took the book, and then he took the myth of Vlad the Impaler, and he combined the two, and that's what I love about it. So to me, it's kind of like the coolest version of that. But yeah, you were saying Valiant. Sorry.
No, I mean that was it. Just talking about like how they built that movie up, like everything you said. It got people there. And look, I thought it was a great film. I enjoyed it when I saw it. I've enjoyed it ever since. It just, like I said, did it have to be gory or crazy or bloody? No, I think it worked perfectly the way it was. And I know a lot of people like to complain about Keanu Reeves in it. I get it, but
what is wrong with my British accent?
Well, I mean, what was worse, him or Winona Ryder in there doing the? You know, this is my fake.
I know, right? You're right, because everybody gave him shit, but nobody said shit about her.
No,
you're right. If anything, she's hamming it up worse than he is, but he's trying to do it all subdued, and no, he's pretty good. No, I love Frank. I love actually.
Family Guy chose to make fun of Winona Ryder from that movie over Keanu Reeves. It's most good,
it's
Lewis. Most good. You know, it's God.
It's true. It is true.
But of course, I love Frank Langella's Dracula. Actually, Greg knows this. I have a little affinity for Dracula and Frankenstein movies. So I have like a ton, and I mean a ton. If I find any adaptation of, I have them.
Every one of them that comes out. Everyone.
I don't have all of them, but I've had almost everyone I can get my hands on, let's say. So I love Dracula. I love Frankenstein. Those are like, I love movie monsters. Freddy, that's where my love for all that shit comes from.
I'm right there with you, Tom. Like movie monsters is what I grew up on, man. That's why when I first saw the Dracula, I saw probably too young before I could really understand.
Yeah. And then that's my problem too. Like years later when I saw Bram Stoker's Dracula, I was like, oh, this is brilliant. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Once you actually learn about Vlad the Impaler and read the novel and you go back and you watch it, you're like, I totally get this movie now and I totally enjoy it.
Yes, I have Love at First Bite, and I just got Vampire's Kiss this last week.
Oh, I was just going to pick up my best friend's a vampire, personally.
Love that movie. Is it on DVD or Blu-ray now?
It's still on DVD.
Oh,
yeah, and I've been putting it off, but I don't know if we'll ever get that because, like you said, Disney owns it, I believe now. So that
was one that was on cable every 10 minutes when I was a kid.
But I love that. Yeah, I'm right there with you, man, with the movie monster. This is one of my favorites.
And I do have Billy the Kid versus Dracula. And yeah, Vampire's Kiss is so bad. Yeah. And Once Bitten, of course, I got. Actually, my Once Bitten is the Shout Factor release with the one with Love at First Bite. Is that the one with George Hamilton?
Yeah, the George Hamilton one comes with that.
I love the nightlife. I love the boogie. Oh, of course, I got Fright Night. I even got the the import of that as well, yeah.
And that's probably going to be coming out on 4K.
Yeah, we've been hearing that coming to 4K as well. I do have Monster Squad on Blu-ray, and that's one I'll tell you, make sure you get the Lionsgate release of that. Do not get the Olive. The Olive one is shit.
Yeah, I'm so glad I don't have that Olive one, because like I
forgot to watch that movie last Halloween. Wolfman's got nards!
Best line in the movie. And then the
Oh, yeah.
documentary on that movie is really good. The
We
Wolfman's
thought
Got
you said
Nards.
you were a virgin.
Yeah, but if you love that movie, if you've not
It's
seen
Groundhog's Day 5. Or whatever it was, 3 or 5.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I
but
forgot.
if you love that movie, get the documentary The Wolfman's Got Nards,
I have
directed
that.
by Sean from Andre Gower. He directed.
We got to
it.
get
It's
him
a
on
great
one of these
documentary.
days. You know that? We should.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what we should try to do for Halloween this year.
you should
Oh.
do it. That'd be awesome.
And get him on. Because I know you've talked to him before too, right, Greg?
No, I actually have not.
Okay, I was gonna say I know a few people
I've
who have,
tried.
so I might be
I've
able to get
tried.
a hold of him. I might be able to. We'll see. We'll see. We'll try and do something fun. We haven't done a fun one of those for a while, so
Yeah.
because we did the one for Mad Max. I remember.
Oh yeah, you guys had the guy, I can't remember his name, but yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's in Weird Science and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
But also,
But,
what else do you got for announcements?
If you
and
guys
rumors?
missed out on Dirty Dancing 4K, which was an exclusive steelbook to Best Buy only, it is now getting a wide release on 4K August 23rd.
No
from
one
Lionsgate.
never felt like this before.
I just no.
You
Then
sound
I
swear.
No, not to his singing to the movie. I
It's
just hate
the
that. I just can't stand it.
and
Sorry.
I owe it all to you.
Well-
No, it's one of those movies that I was never a huge fan of, but I understand.
Exactly, and I know a lot of people.
Yeah. I
lot
get
of
that it's
people miss it.
iconic. I respect it,
I
but I
called
just
it Ladies Roadhouse when I was younger,
yeah. Roadhouse.
but for ladies,
Nobody.
because it had
quits.
that same effect. It was like, you mentioned Dirty Dancing to women, they'd just be like, "Oh, I love that's my favorite Patrick Swayze movie." You mentioned Roadhouse to men, it's like, "That's my favorite Patrick Swayze movie.
Yeah.
I love it. It might even be my favorite movie of all time." Men just love Roadhouse. It's,
I do.
See?
I do. I like it.
Roadhouse.
Fucking A. Roadhouse.
Yeah, I want you to be nice until you don't have to be nice.
Entire episode of Family Guy of that.
Yep.
I remember.
I didn't even know that, but yeah, I would
Oh,
be
yeah.
surprised.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
know-
Peter Griffin just running around kicking everything, going Roadhouse, Roadhouse, just over. It's funny as shit.
Yeah, Roadhouse.
Oh man. Well, I know that I saw something else on the bits earlier, and it's from about a week ago, but it's nice to see we're starting to get what looks like some final cover art for some of these other Star Trek movies.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We got the Undiscovered Country. It's going to have the director and the theatrical cuts, which I'm glad, because one of the things I kind of always hated was, you see, like my Laserdisc version, when I watch that, it's not the same as my freaking Blu-ray version. It drives me nuts because I like the scene at the end when they shoot the assassin that's the other version. It's like, if you don't see the director's version, it's just the assassin falls out the window after they get shot when he's trying to assassinate.
Is that the one that's got the fucked up aspect ratio? It's like the only one that's kind of like a weird,
I'm
weird
trying to
in
remember.
between widescreen and not widescreen for the video edition.
Now you damn it! Now you're gonna make me go pull
I
it out
think
the
that's
closet,
the
son
one.
of a bitch.
I think that's the one.
It might be, because I haven't
I
watched
hope
the
they fix
Laserdisc.
that.
I haven't watched the Laserdisc in ages.
Because I
But-
think they did it that way on the DVD as well. And
Yeah,
I don't know if the old Blu-rays. I think the other Blu-rays just the theatrical cut though. So I think that's
It
the
is
standard.
no, because when I got the Blu-ray, I remember watching it the first time, however many years ago it came out, and going, "Wait, why they cut the part out where they pulled the Klingon rubber mask off the guy in Michael Dorn, who's playing not Worf, in the movie?" It's like,
One of
oh,
his
this isn't Klingon blood, and they ripped the mask off of the Klingon assassin, and it's Colonel West. Like, they
Yeah.
cut that out. It's like, what? That was I love.
I'm pretty
that.
sure that version's on the DVD though,
Because
because I think the DVD had both versions on it. If
maybe,
I remember
maybe,
right.
but this it's only 3 minutes difference. But the 3
Yeah,
minutes to me,
yeah.
I want my 3 minutes. God damn it!
And yes, Simon Park, you're right. Morbius is glorious. In fact, Morbius topped the charts last week for sales.
It's
Fuck
Morbin
yeah.
time.
It's Morbin time.
Oh Lord.
I said they can use that if they want to. Morbius is glorious. Tom of Midnight's Edge says Morbius is glorious. You can't spell masterpiece without M, and Morbius starts with M. Makes sense to me.
That's great. That's funny.
Funnily enough, we've actually heard it. I think Silverado does have a 4K master, so I think that's one that's been on the rumor list. If not, maybe I just said that I think it does.
Maybe.
Everybody repeat, Morbius is glorious. Yes.
Morbius.
Thank you so much, Justice Buttcrack.
Thank you.
We appreciate the support.
Heck yeah.
Even though you don't have any support in your pants.
I gotta fix this here faucet.
This faucet ain't gonna fix itself, goddammit. And he sends us a pooper sticker. Thank you so much.
What kind of did you stick in here?
Told you not to be putting this shit down there, and you don't listen to me every damn time. But hey, you're gonna pay me to come out here. I'll do it and make you look at my ass while I'm at it. Commercials for 8K TVs are 8K. No, we'll never. I don't think we'll ever get 8K discs. What we may get out of that is we may get 4K 3D.
You could, look, they're not going to retransfer all this stuff, and you're reaching a point of diminishing returns, especially when you're talking about, scanning older 35 millimeter film. 4K really is, when you look at the film grain, the film itself, 4K really is about the mathematically ideal scan rate for that kind of film. Now, you could make the argument, well, what about 70 millimeter and IMAX? Okay, yeah, you can go 8K, but there's just not enough of that. There's not enough of that to make that a viable medium.
Yeah, at this point, if they were to release movies now in 8K, I think we'd have 3 or 4 movies we could actually watch, and that's it.
Yeah.
Probably Avatar 2, I'm assuming that, and that's in 3D only, probably. And same thing with Avatar 1, now these are mastered in 4K and probably 4K 3D. Other than that, I know Wizard of Oz was mastered in 8K. And that's the only other movie I can think of. Because they did the rest of them at 6.
Maybe they did his in 4K.
Yeah, George.
8K?
I think George either 6 or 8. I can't remember which he did for the original trilogy. It's either 6 or 8, because that was always a question I had for The Godfather, because I heard 2 different for that one too. I heard that was 6, and then I heard 8. So I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a good question on that one.
Yeah.
Well, it's just,
like you said it before, Valiant. If anything, if they do start scanning a lot of these movies in that resolution, they're not going to probably release them in that. It's just so they have them to work with in the 4K domain a little easier.
Yeah, you can scan it 6K, 8K, whatever. I mean, you're talking about massive files. Realize that, okay, right now a 4K disc, okay, a regular Blu-ray disc in HD is 25 gigabytes. A 4K disc is 100 gigabytes. You're talking about having to make a piece of optical media that can contain 400 gigabytes for an 8K film. You're talking about massive amounts of data transfer. It's off the scale crazy.
I see it only being like if they ever do get to that point where we get 6K and 8K films, it'll probably just be streaming only.
I would tend to concur. I mean, but we'll see. But just real quick, I forgot to mention on the Star Trek thing since I brought that up.
Sure.
September 6th is what they're looking at, just to remind everybody.
And that's also the date that we're supposed to be getting the director's edition as well, too. So that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, Star Trek the Motion Picture Director's Edition, Star Trek 2, Star Trek 3, Search for Spock, Voyage Home.
They're going to make me buy them again, aren't they? Just for those fucking covers.
Well, they're going to... Okay, so you're going to be able to buy them individually, or you can buy the original 6-movie collection 4K box set.
No, I already have the 4-box set.
I know, that's what pisses me off. Exactly. It's like, I got to freaking eBay this now so I can buy this... Goddamn bastards.
You know, I wonder if I could get at least a if I can get at least half, because I have this one resale place. It's in nearby Madison. I wonder if they might give me half for it. If I can get that much for it.
If I just buy 5 and 6 by themselves and sit them next to the other box set, it's going to piss me off.
Me too.
See, I'm glad I waited.
See, and I said this I think to you last week, Greg, because I was like, well, maybe if I print out my own, but then they'll probably end up giving them fucking slip covers, so they're still gonna look weird.
Yeah. Well, at that point, if I'm going to rebuy the motion picture director's cut, which I definitely will after seeing it on Paramount Plus, it's freaking gorgeous. And I already know that I'm going to fill in 5 and 6. So I'm like, well, if I'm buying 3 of them, it's probably going to be not much more. It's going to be maybe another $20 or so just to get the whole box set at that point.
Yeah.
So we'll see. They haven't officially.
I'll probably buy them individual.
Yeah, they haven't released them individually, or at least price wise yet. Like, you can't pre-order them, but
I'm thinking they're gonna be 20 a piece.
probably, yeah, 20, 25 a piece.
Paramount has had. Here's the one thing you can say about Paramount: they've been really good about keeping their 4K titles at a very affordable price. I don't even think they've released. Greg, correct me if I'm wrong. Even some of their newer ones, I don't think they've released one over $25-$30 for their brand new titles.
I don't think so. I mean,
and all their catalogs have been 19 or under, right?
Yeah, they've been pretty decent. I don't think I've paid more than 25 at all.
Because they just released Untouchables, and that was $20 for the Steelbook.
Yeah.
And all the classic Paramount titles I bought on 4K have all been in that $15 range. I think even Beverly Hills Cop 2 was $20, wasn't it? I think that was only $20.
Yeah, only 20.
Or was that one of the little higher priced ones?
No, wait. I'm gonna go into my Amazon order list. I have it open right now. I'll tell you.
I mean, the retail price would be $35 a piece. That's true.
Yeah.
So if you're going someplace like Target where they're going to have it marked up to the full retail price all the time, then yes. But if you go through Amazon and other sellers like Greg and I try to find the best prices through. In fact, we suggest using blu-ray.com at least for now until we can kind of give you guys the heads up on some of these, because
I paid $19 for the Untouchables 4K, not Steelbook.
Yeah, see? And Scream they did at the $20 level.
Yeah, I had to wait forever for that Steelbook, but yeah. Speaking of which, there you go. We're possibly getting Scream 4 on 4K this October. That was a rumor.
Scream 2, yeah.
Scream 2, yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of new films, I've seen the new Scream movie from this year.
Guess what?
Priced around $27.
$20 for Beverly Hills Cop is what I paid.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Guess what, Tom?
What's up?
I finally saw Scream 5.
Dun, dun,
finally watched
dun. Oh, wait. I got a button for that.
Oh, God.
And real quick, because we'll talk about it later, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Did not like it.
I didn't. I'm not surprised. I knew you'd feel about the same way I did.
I take back every bad thing I said about Scream 4. Scream 4 is a masterpiece compared to Scream 5.
Oh, my God.
And it's the only one I don't own, and now I'm buying Scream 4.
We've got to revert it here, because I was always one of those that was like, Scream 4 was not that bad. That was pretty much the logical ending to this series, right?
So their plan worked. They made Scream 5 so bad that you went back and bought up all the shelf stock of Scream 4 on physical media.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, because
best $5 million they ever spent.
And they're just, I can't go into it, but man, I could go into like an hour rant on that movie.
I can't wait till later now.
Oh my God.
So if you guys want to hear what Greg thinks about that, tune into Physical Media Show on Greg's channel, FanZcene.
Dan Blackroyd says Scream Stream. I'm thinking about doing that now since I've seen the fifth one finally.
We've talked about that.
Yeah.
What else you got for news and rumors for us? I know we got a few more.
Casablanca coming November.
Yeah. Play it again, Sam.
Well, it's about damn time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with that one.
Yeah. If you're a fan of Eminem's 8 Mile.
Yep. That was one we rumored before. Yeah.
Yeah, to 4K on November 7th in the UK, at least at the moment, is the information on that.
Pretty much if they get it in the UK, we get it here, unless it's Studio Canal, and in which case it's usually just a little bit of a staggering.
Yep. If you're a fan of the Bob's Burgers movie, comes out the 19th of next month, I believe.
Now, is that one that's going to be streaming on Disney Plus soon too, or?
Not sure on that. I just got the Steelbook release date for it.
Or Hulu, for that matter, one of the two.
Probably Hulu. Isn't that where they play all those?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because that was one that Disney inherited in the Fox sale. Yeah. And they dumped it, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago out in theaters, and nobody even knew it came out.
Yeah, I was completely unaware, but I've never watched the show myself, so.
Like my little podunk theater had it like 2 weeks ago, and I was just like, huh, interesting.
And if you're a Dario Argento fan, this comes from the Digital Bits. Synapse Films through MVD is releasing Tenebra on 4K on next month, July 26th, in a 3-disc box set that will include the alternate US theatrical cut called Unsane for the first time ever. So if you're a fan of that. And that's
if Mike's listening, he's got to convince me that I should get some more of his movies, because I did like Suspiria, but I'm just not convinced I want to see more than that.
Exactly.
I mean, I've seen a couple of his stuff, but that's about it. So yeah.
Yeah. And
But anyway, I know there's a couple more. Yep. Go ahead.
oh yeah, and then like the Doctor Who movies, not the TV, but the actual movie that they made
from 65 and 64.
Yeah, from the 65. They got some steelbooks. I believe the first one, Doctor Who and the Daleks, is actually available now. It was out June 20th.
The Blu-rays are through Kino, I believe. Yeah.
Yes. And then July 18th for Doctor Who Invasion of Earth 2150 AD and steelbooks, 4K steelbooks.
Finally getting a 4K. So you get Doctor Who in 4K, kids. And I think these are the ones, was it Peter Cushing, I believe, plays him.
Yeah, I believe it's, Is that who plays him?
I think so. Somebody will correct us if I'm wrong. But yes, I thought that was big news for some of. I'm not a big Doctor Who fan, but I know we got some big Doctor Who fans in the audience. So there you go, kids. I thought that was some interesting news. So if we've reached the end of the news, are we getting to the rumors now, or
Raw Deal is coming to 4K.
Raw Deal, yes, with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No release date, but it's.
I'm not surprised because that's been digitally in 4K for a while.
You can go to Amazon France and they have it up on Amazon France for a 4K steelbook. So, and I believe that's it. Other than the Robert Downey Jr. movie, Marissa Tomei movie, Only You coming to Blu-ray.
That's just the rumors. That's all you got for rumors.
Yeah, that's it for all the officials.
Well, that's official. So what do we got for rumor now? Anything at all?
I think that was it. I actually covered some of the rumors earlier.
Oh, you did? Okay. I just want to make sure because I'm going to get into now. This is what we can expect from Child's Play.
Yeah.
So now we have an announcement from Shout Factory as to what we're going to get. Depending on which version you get the goodies, but whatever. This is what's on the discs themselves. So, first film, we're getting a brand new 2022 4K scan, and that already had a 4K scan back in, I believe it was either 2017 or 18 when they did their previous release. So this is a new scan, plus a new Dolby Atmos track, and it will have Dolby Vision, and it is from the camera negative. Audio commentaries are all on there. Those are all from before. But what we're getting from that is new is The Birth of a Good Guy, an interview with Don Mancini. Friends Till the End, an interview with Alex Vincent. Believe Me Now, an interview with Chris Sarandon. Chucky, The Great and Terrible, an interview with David Kirshner. And also Windy City Chills, an interview with production manager Robert Lotham Brown on the first film, including no less than 3 commentaries and another one with select scene commentary by Chucky. Anybody who's had any of the previous special editions, that's all carried over. Now, we're getting to the good stuff here because these two movies have not had any... Oh, we also get another bonus disc that has classic stuff all carried over from before, too, by the way, for the first film, just so you're aware. So there's actually 2 bonus discs, I believe, or 2 Blu-rays and 1 4K for Child's Play. Then getting to Child's Play 2, it's also getting a new 4K scan of the camera negative, presented in Dolby Digital, new Dolby Atmos track, commentary with director John LaFia. It says that's not new, but I don't know if that was on the other Blu-ray or not. I don't remember that being on there. But maybe it comes from a previous Laserdisc or foreign release. But anyway, that's on this one. And we also get Puppet Master, an interview with Don Mancini, Family Expands, an interview with David Kirshner, Under Pressure, an interview with Alex Vincent, In Kyle We Trust, an interview with Christina Elise, School's Out, an interview with actress Beth Grant, and Second Dance, an interview with executive producer Robert Lotham Brown. And then it's rounded out with a trailer, a TV spot, and the additional scenes from the television version. And for those who know, there's quite a few. And then on Child's Play 3, same thing all across the board, brand new scan and track. But this one also says that the audio commentary is new, but the other one is not. So I don't remember those discs having commentaries before. I'd have to look.
Yeah, I don't.
That or they must have been on foreign releases. So that one has a new commentary with director Jack Bender, plus a previous one with the producer Robert Lotham Brown. And then Child's Play 3 will also, as I said before, have all the scans and everything, but it will also come with Ride the Frightening, an interview with Don Mancini, War Games, an interview with actress Perry Reeves, Chucky Goes East, an interview with executive producer David Kirshner, Carnival and Campouts, an interview with Robert Lotham Brown, Midway Centurions, an interview with actor Michael Chifo, Sheer Terror, an interview with makeup artist Craig Reardon, and Unholy Mountain, an interview with production designer Richard Sawyer, along with theatrical trailer, TV spot, and the additional scenes from the broadcast version, of course. And you can get the films individually as well as in several different special edition sets on Shout Factory and other places right now. But the special edition versions with the goodies are only available on Shout. So keep that in mind.
Yep.
And Vic Raj also sent us a Soup Boss sticker with a thumbs up. Thank you for that. And be sure to hit that thumbs up, kids. Let everybody know that you love 4K for you. So we keep doing 4K for you. And yeah, sadly, no Brad Dourif interview.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, ain't it?
Yeah, considering I just talked to him like not even a year and a half ago or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, he's still doing the voice too for the TV series. I figured that would be like a priority at least.
Yeah, and Davina, I think you're getting it mixed up with Bride of Chucky, which oddly enough is not getting a 4K release yet. But I stress yet because I figure at least that one will also get a 4K release because that's the highest grossing one of the bunch.
Considering we're now getting the other Halloweens, I wouldn't put it past the other Chucky movies, at least Bride, to get a 4K from Shout.
Yeah. So Valliant, have you watched any new 4K Blu-rays this week, or did you want to talk a little bit about Top Gun? What's on your mind this week for 4K?
Well, okay. Let's see. Things that I have not watched in 4K before that I did watch. You know, I picked up a couple of other cruise films. I did get Oblivion, which I hadn't watched that in a while, and I kind of forgot how much I actually really enjoyed that movie. And the 4K disc looks great, and I do have Edge of Tomorrow, which comes out on Tuesday, like 6 days from now, on 4K.
You got it early?
Wait, what?
You got it early, or you?
No, Edge of Tomorrow I won't get until next week.
Oh, okay.
I got Oblivion already.
I was going to make a joke about you time traveling and going in the future and bring it back. But
yeah.
That didn't work out.
No, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that one because I don't really remember. Like, I kind of vaguely remember Edge of Tomorrow. Like, I'm trying to think, like, did I watch that movie? Or it's like, if I did, I don't know if I watched it all the way through, but I just kind of going back through some of those. But I think as far as other new stuff, I think the last time I was here, we were talking about The Untouchables, which I thought looked great. That had just come out. But I think I still need to sit. I need to find, and this is always the hard part, to sit down for 3 hours and watch Lawrence of Arabia all the way through. I've skipped to a few parts to look at the disc, and it looks gorgeous. But I need to sit down and watch it all the way through. But apart from that, nothing too new. Hopefully, I'll get some time this weekend. I mean, I'm not going to be at the house with the system to watch the 4K stuff, but I may do a little bit of shopping.
All right. Greg, anything you want to highlight that you watched this week at all? Maybe a preview for tonight or anything?
I watched a really cool H.P. Lovecraft movie with Chris Sarandon, which I plan on talking about tonight. That was pretty cool. I watched Scream. I watched Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe.
Ah, yes. That was my favorite movie of the year so far.
Oh, God. I still need to watch that. Oh, my God.
It is so good. I loved it, man. I laughed so hard. I miss seeing those guys.
Privilege.
I saw the clips. I was laughing my ass off. Yeah,
well, that's too bad because that's like the funniest point in the whole. That's the funniest bit in the whole movie. Yeah.
He's like, Gage, I got this.
White privilege. We got privilege.
Yeah,
it's all right. You didn't know.
Yes, and I watched a couple other things which I'll talk about tonight because they go along with my picks that I will show. So I don't want to give too much away. But yeah, I found some time and watched a couple more than I usually get to watch. A couple disc and a couple streaming movies. So there you go.
Awesome. Well, I got a Criterion 4K disc that it's going to come up tonight, and I watched. And oh my gosh, believe it or not, if I've seen this movie, it must have been on video, and I just don't even really remember it, or I saw one of the sequels or whatever. But he's a bad motherfucker.
Oh, shut your mouth.
But I'm talking about Shaft.
Shaft.
Oh, and it looks beautiful. And this movie kicks ass. Like, it is a good fucking movie. And actually, I didn't even know this. This comes with a sequel as well.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I didn't even know it. I'm like,
I gotta
oh,
pick
shit.
that one up now then.
Yeah, so and I'm going to talk about them later tonight. But, like,
nice.
I can't recommend this enough. This is a great release right now from Criterion. So it's definitely worth the $40 since you get 1 and 2. But part 2 is only on Blu-ray. So keep that in mind. But yeah, the 4K version of Shaft looks amazing. And they have a new stereo soundtrack on here. Not 5.1 or anything like that, just stereo. But it was overseen by Isaac Hayes III. So that's kind of cool. And it adds to it. It's nice to have it. This is a brilliant fucking movie, man. So yeah, I just ordered Shaft Goes to Africa because I love the first two so much. So
Nice.
yeah, and there's this
I didn't
TV
know that
series
about
too
that
that
one.
lasted for a few episodes that I'd like to get. I don't think they ever released either. Maybe it's been on DVD, but yeah. I don't know. It didn't really get remade though, Stanley. The one from 2000 is not really a remake. It's technically a sequel, and so is the one from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was that? I heard
Yeah.
that one was good. Was that any good? Did you see that?
The Samuel Jackson one, the one from 2000 was okay.
Yeah,
See, I don't remember liking
seeing
it all that
one
much
with,
then, and I have not seen it since.
What's his name? I'm Batman. He's in it. That guy, Christian Bale. Yeah,
Christian Bale, yeah.
yeah,
And then the new one from 2019 I heard was really good.
yeah. That's what I heard.
So-
I've never seen it, but I've heard it was really good.
So I'm definitely going to check them all out. But that was kind of what I was waiting for to watch the new one, because people have been telling me to watch the new one for so long. I'm like, I got to see the originals ones again. So now I got to get the one with Samuel Jackson again and check that one out, and definitely want to see the new one. But yeah, the original. Well, they're all still in the same chronological order. I mean, Shaft is still the same character throughout. Samuel Jackson actually plays his nephew.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, the original Shaft, I was just surprised how fucking good it was. It was just a really good fucking movie. Like, you know, I kind of went into it thinking, oh, the blaxploitation kind of thing was going to be a little cheesy. None of that. None of that. It is straight across the board. It stands up there with some of the best 70s action films. And the best part of it is it doesn't even really lean into the blaxploitation aspect at all.
Nice.
There's really only like one or two scenes where where race even really comes up.
That's cool. I mean, it's been a long time since
The
I've seen
second one
it.
has
I was
a
gonna say the
little bit
same
more.
thing. It's been forever.
It's a
since
great.
I've
No,
seen it.
I cannot recommend this movie enough. Like I said, it's been years and years and years and years and years since I've seen it. Like my mind, I must have built up this other version of Shaft in my mind, where when you see this movie, it's not what the blaxploitation builds it up to be. What most people kind of think of when they think of Shaft is more like Rudy Ray Moore type movies, like
Yeah.
Dolomite
I
and
know
shit
what
like
you're
that.
talking about. Yeah,
So, but no, it's a great fucking movie. So
nice. I'm gonna have to pick it out. Check it out.
Cool.
So other than that, do we have any questions from the chat? Let's see what we got here. Who cannot remember Shaft Goes to Africa? Well, I did, and I ordered it. So
I didn't remember that one at all.
I remember the movie itself, but I don't. I know I never saw that one.
can you dig it? Yes, I can dig it. And I can also dig some Warriors to come out and play. You ever seen the Warriors, Valiant?
I have not. I know.
Really?
Of it. I have not. I don't recall if I've ever seen that.
It's a great fucking flick.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. It was
Yeah.
kind of. I guess it was one of those movies that was always on the bucket list and never got around to it. But I know we were talking about it today, and I did look it up, and I'm like, okay, I'm reading the description. I'm like, okay, I'm vaguely remembering this now, but I don't know if I ever saw it. So I might check it out.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
Really?
That's
Is that-
what everybody keeps saying.
Is that true, Storm King? It's interesting if they did. Yeah, that one with the first one with Samuel Jackson wasn't all that great, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's. I think this is in the rumor category, right, Greg, on Warriors? But we're assuming it'll probably be one. I brought this up for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I've been predicting this is going to be one of the Kino Lorber Paramount 4K
yes.
releases. Because Warriors is a huge catalog title. For those who don't know, the movie was a big hit when it came out. They pulled it from theaters though while it was still in the midst of.
I was
being a
reading
hit.
about that because there was a lot of gang violence,
Controversy,
in
yeah.
New York, and controversy. So Paramount even went so far as they pulled it and they released all the theaters from their obligations and everything.
Yep.
They basically just pulled they rescinded the contract and waived everything, claims by the theaters and said it's all cool. We'll pick up the cost of screwing this up, and it kind of became like a cult legend film.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Well, and I told this story last week on Greg's show because I brought in my imprint. I got the imprint import of the Blu-rays, and it's just one movie, but it has both versions of it. Mm-hmm. And I was just talking about all that stuff too, and how just it's like you watch the movie because when we were growing up, it was one of those movies that had a stigma about it, right? Like your parents wouldn't let you watch it. It was like one of the video nasties in the U.S. And by the time you see it, you're just like, this is what they're making a big hullabaloo about.
Yeah.
It's like
Brilliant marketing.
Yeah, well, no,
Made everybody wanna
that
see
was
it.
the thing is the filmmakers were pissed because they're like, it's making fucking. Did you know that? Guess who was one of the producers on that? Hey, you want to come talk about this? Those fuckers pulled my movie. I was making all kinds of money, cocaine money out the ass.
Okay,
And they said,
Frank.
no, we're going to take it out of theaters. I'm sorry, Frankie. And I'm like, fuck you bastards. The Warriors will live on forever. I was right. Congo. I can dig it.
My God.
Yeah, no, seriously. It was like it had made like $40-50 million already. And of course, you know, at that time in 1979, 80, whatever it was, it came out. That was a pretty big hit. The movie only cost, I think, what, $6-7 million to make, if that, not even. It was cheap, so it hadn't made its money back and all that stuff. But it could have made 2-3 times that. It was a big hit in theaters, and they just yanked it.
Yeah.
The producers were pissed. Everybody was upset. Nobody could understand. Like some of the actors got really upset because they didn't understand why they were pulling the movie and everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, Frank Marshall was one of the producers on The Warriors. Yeah. That was before he got dumb and married Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh, poor man.
Just think he went from that and produced a little movie called Raiders of the Lost Ark.
But what if he gets the dog?
But what if he gets the dog?
Yeah. Shut up, Kathy. Go get the Folgers, bitch.
What if you go get this hot coffee? Huh?
God.
Don't you see the adults are talking?
This is why she had the reputation, according to Spielberg, that she was basically the dumbest person in the room.
Yeah.
God. And she still is at Lucasfilm. Anyway.
Yes.
I'm glad you're going to see Shaft now. I hope you'll have to let us know if you enjoyed it, Davina. I couldn't believe how much I enjoyed it. I loved it a lot. So, yeah. But I haven't really seen any questions, but we're already at that hour mark, kids. So, with that,
I gotta get running in a bit too.
I was going to say, I knew you had to get running here soon. So, with that, I think we're going to start rounding out. I want to thank everybody so much for being here, making this show what it is. We love doing this show. Hopefully, we'll be back next week, but if we're not, we'll see you the week after that. It's kind of been a bi-weekly show as it is at this point. No, it is
bye.
not on our... Yeah, I did. I said bye. It's not on the channel yet. Or it's not on the channel because we didn't conduct the interview. I just happened to be part of it. It's actually on...
Creative VC Live.
Creative VC Live, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, yes. It would be during the Dune pre-show. We watched Dune with those guys. And before the movie, we got to talk to Brad. So it was really fucking cool. Because, like, just hearing his voice, it's just, you get chills because it's just this Brad, you know? He's such a humble little guy, like, sitting there. He's just all hunched over. He's just kind of like, yeah, you know, I just did my movie, you know? It's like, he was talking about Chucky and doing the voice already. It was so cool. Because this was way before the show had come out. This was, like, last year, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I just finished doing the Chucky voice, and yeah, I can't even try to do his voice. He just has one of those distinct voices.
Yeah, he's just,
And he came up with that whole little thing with when he does his little thing in Dune and all that stuff before he takes the drink and stuff. So that was all him, I guess. And he also told a really cool story about Jürgen Prochnow. How David Lynch wanted him to poke a hole through his chin so they could put a hose in there. So when he opens his mouth to have the tooth that breaks open the poison tooth pellet with the gas to kill Baron, and Jurgen was going to do it. And then so you had all the producers like, no, we can't. No. Jurgen's like, no, yes, I'll do it. It's for the movie. It's for the movie. He's like, holy shit. And then finally Brad's sitting back there just thinking, I wouldn't do that. Fuck that. Poke a hole in your fucking cheek. What the hell?
That's crazy.
You could get sued for even suggesting that to an actor.
Well, that's
now.
why the producers are just like, no, you can't. No.
That is some
man.
crazy.
And I think they
not
shot
heard
it
that
in,
story.
was it Argentina or Romania? I think it was Romania because they were shooting that right next to Conan the Destroyer. And Conan the Destroyer ended up getting both productions shut down because they were mooning some of the locals because they were drunk and
There's
Partying,
nothing wrong with that. That's
both of them
just
got
funny.
shut down for like a day or two because of it while they worked that whole deal out. But yeah, yeah,
Oh,
Lynch wanted to
God.
do some crazy shit, I guess. So.
Good for him.
Oh yes, and this is true, Juan Carlos. Warning: you will spend money after listening to each show. And we're actually working on our own. Actually, this is what's cool. Soon, we don't have it yet, but soon I'm working on this to where we'll actually have our own Amazon link, so you guys can support the show.
Yep.
By using our link and buying movies. Awesome. So we're working on that. So then that's the cool thing. So then you guys can actually participate in that way too. So we'll appreciate the support as well. And with that, I think we're gonna wrap this up because I didn't see any questions directly. Let's see here. Are we getting any last star? You know, I can't believe the Universal has not released this yet. There's a 4K master for it.
Yeah,
they've been just sitting on it. Yeah. It might be one of those that Arrow's gonna eventually do, because this has kind of been their MO with a lot of these companies. They'll release a 2K version of the 4K remaster, and then a couple years down the road they'll release the 4K. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be surprised if Arrow releases that in the next year or two. If not, Universal sometimes likes to do the 4K by themselves, like they did with The Thing, for instance, and a couple others. So we'll see. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that's one coming soon, though. What's the anniversary on that? That came out in '84. Right?
God, yeah, sounds about right. Yeah. Didn't we bring it up when we talked about 84 the other week with all the movies that came out that year? I think that was one of them.
Yeah, so like, so maybe like early 84 we'll get that one. If not, maybe sooner. I wouldn't see why not.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, folks. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, thank you for that, guys, and do check out Valliant Renegade's channel and Greg's channel, FanZcene, where we'll be talking about physical media here in just about 2 hours.
Yeah, at 9:30 Eastern. So yeah,
I got just enough time to work on a video. We'll see here. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Coffee Lover. We appreciate that. And this was a fun show. This was a very fun show.
Yeah. Good week. Lots of good stuff coming.
I also saw that they're releasing an Ultimate Edition of '89 Batman, but I don't think it has any extras on the discs that sell. It's just goodies and swag. So as far as I know, there's no additional material on the movie itself. But if I find anything out differently, I will let you guys know. Yes, we don't usually bring up a lot of times when they re-release movies unless it's something like Dracula where they're actually doing something different. So, or we try to let you know that they're not doing anything to them. So with that, though, I think we're going to wrap it up. Take care, everybody. And karate with infinite patience. You and I, we're rare people indeed. See ya.